Take off the smooth and add a little chart for each species. Well, you guys have never seen facet, so take the smooth off and replace it with facet wrap and in parentheses tilde species. And let's run that. So a facet's gonna really need to blow this one up because there's a lot of them. And let's look at human. Concentrate on human here. Got the most. So what this is a scatter plot of each species, and a lot of them only have one. But see, human and droid have more than one. It's plotted by mass and height still. This looks better when you do it with something like iris with only 4 variables. Maybe I'll just show you that. On ggplot, sepal length and sepal width. We will put our AES in, which I forgot. Well, let's do call equals species on that. And then we'll add a geom point. And then we will add a facet wrap by species. And space here. Let's see if that works. So there's a better example of the facet wrap. I took the iris database, plotted sepal length against sepal width, and facet wrapped it so you can see a better example of facet wrap for you. Okay, back to our puzzles. Using birth year as age, we're still plotting. You create a histogram for all characters less than 200 years old. I'm going to pick my outliers, Yoda and Jabba, and throw them out. So Star Wars, pipe in. Star Wars, filter out the NA's in birth year, and birth year has to be less than 200. Pipe that into a ggplot. AES is birth year. There's only one axis on a histogram. It's the x-axis. So it knows birth year is the x-axis. Plus the geom histogram. We want to set our bins at 5. Fill it with lime green. That's a great thing about Another great thing about R. Oops, sorry. If you type some colors, there's a lot of them. It just turns that color, and that's what you get. But I'll go back to lime green. Look up CSS colors. There's a ton of them. So fill equals lime green on my bins. Outline is black. We're going to make it a little more transparent with the alpha. 0.7. Add a classic theme. Add labels. The title, a histogram of birth years. X equals birth year and Y equals count. So histogram of birth years. There you go. Zoom for you. Drag it over. Pretty nice. I love ggplot. You can get more and more detailed. Uh, when I was talking about the colors, there they are. 657. I can take any of these. Pink 2. Paste it in. And now it's pink. Rerun it. Now it's pink. So run colors and you can see all those. 88, plot the height distribution of characters and add a density curve. Now you can tell I'm a Lakers fan. So Star Wars, pipe that in and filter out the NAs and height. This is This is a little different. You'll say ggplot AES x equals height, and then add a histogram. And in this case, you actually do set a y for the density curve. 5 bin widths, 5 bins, fill is yellow, outline of black, transparent, 0.7 alpha. Then add a geom density with purple. Size is 1. So we're adding a density curve to our plot. Use a classic theme and add labels with distributions of height. In Star Wars as the title and height centimeters and density as the X and Y axes respectively. So let's run that. So that's pretty cool. A histogram with a curve, density curve. I'll blow it up for you. And I love ggplot. These are all really professional, nice stuff you could put in a report. Change species 89, change species to 3 factors and other, and create a box plot of height distribution by species. If you remember before we did a lump, I'm going to use that again. Lump takes all the factors and puts out the ones you designate with the N value that we Star Wars piped in, filtered out. NA's in height and species, lumping the species with 3. And you can not put anything in there. You can say the other level and give it a name and call them others. It'll call it other anyway. So we're going to ggplot AES species height fill equals species. This time we're going to run a box plot. So X is species, Y is height. Gray theme, showing you different themes. Labels, title, height by species, X axis species, Y height in centimeters. And then I'm taking this last line is taking the element which is the legend and turning them the labels. It's horizontal. Okay, so here's our box plot by droid, Gungan, human, and others. The box plot, outliers, all and others, but it's got a nice box and whisker for each species and the others. So there you go. Another cool ggplot. I'll take that plot and add jittered points to it. So I really only added one line to the code above. Geom jitter, and reset the width and size and the color of those and their transparency. Geom width equals 0.2, size equals 2, color equals black, alpha equals 0.5, and the rest of it's the same. That's 89. So now I've added points to my box plot. Looks even better. I'd want to know maybe what these guys were to see why they were outside if I was doing statistical analysis. Cluster around the median, that's good. Way up here and down here, that's bad. Let's add a violin plot to that. So I'm going to take out the jitter. Here I've taken out the jitter and added violin alpha equals 5 above the box plot. So adjust your code, then we'll run that one. So that's a box plot with a violin. It's kind of weird, but I'm just showing you some examples of what you can do. These kind of shapes are kind of funky. Okay, I'm going to try to keep these to around 10 minutes. That's enough for this section. This is the way.